Y'all are all having a great day. So in this video, I wanted to talk about the stock Riot. It's right now the stock that I'm the most heavily invested in. I have shares and options. Now, of course, I don't have a big portfolio, so you know I don't have a huge investment in this account. It's just a huge investment in comparison to my portfolio size. So that being said, I obviously don't want to lose what I have invested, and Riot's acted in a way over the last few days. So I'll go ahead and change this to the 20-day chart, and we can see how it's performed over the last 20 days. So I've been watching Riot. I actually originally purchased Riot over $6 months ago, and I ended up selling at around like $3 and something, taking a loss on it, and then it dropped all the way down to $2.06, and I ended up buying back in around 2.28. And then today I actually purchased more, but it's still setting above my price range. But as we can see, the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average have aligned. Now, so this leaves us in a weird state because if this line, if the 50-day moving average goes over the 200-day moving average, that'll signify a bull run, just from indicators. Now, indicators don't always tell, exactly everything, but, that's just something that, we can see. We can see it consolidating right there. So hopefully what we have in store is good. So as far as the actual information on Riot goes, this is the actual Riot website. They just don't really have too much on their website. One thing that I really do want to mention is their lack of employees. They just really don't have a very big company. So I'm trying to, management team. So we can see Christopher Ansley, Rob Chang, Jeffrey Formatag, and then there's the board of directors, and you can see their names: Jason Less, Jason Moe, Benjamin Yee, and Remo Mancini. So these are the board of directors, and just as you can see, there's just not very many. Now, I did read all of their little short biographies, and from the employees that they have, if all of their biographies are true, they do have an impressive amount of skill in this small group of people. So that would explain, Riot's ability to, travel to the highs that it has in the past, I guess. So I want to just go ahead and look at Riot on the 1-year chart. And we can see that Riot at one point went up to $46. That's absolutely insane. So there has to be something behind this. Now, also at the time, cryptocurrency was also shooting up insane. So that made their investment worth so much more. So we're looking at possibly, in my what I've looking for in this investment is hopefully a similar play as this. Now, I'm not looking for as big of this on the gains. This is, I would never make it that high. I would sell a lot sooner than that. But it definitely has the opportunity. Now we just have to look at, what's going on with it right now. Why is it going down? And these are answers that can definitely be researched, but a definite answer is just not going to be found. So it basically all just depends on their earnings at this point. And so there's been a lot of controversy involved in this stock. And if you're an investor in it already, you'll already know about all the history that's been going on. And if you're not an investor, you should definitely know about the the past SEC investigation, and I think there might be one still pending. Not 100% sure about that, but there's definitely been some controversy with the ex CEO getting in trouble for SEC violations and getting put out of the company. That definitely changed a lot of things. Um, so, the estimates, everybody's thinking that the earnings are going to be bad. And so that's kind of what's going on with the price. Now I'm seeing these articles right here that are posting, and to be honest with you, I just think it's funny. Like I went on this one right here, Seeking Alpha, and they're just basically talking about how screwed the company is, and I think that's interesting. But at the same time, I'm going to continue to hold my Riot, at least through earnings. I'm going to hold it through the earnings, unless it skyrockets crazy before the earnings. But I have, considering what I actually have, I have a lot on the line with Riot. But I like its past performance, even though it obviously has dwindled off and just not done very well. I think this thing definitely has the opportunity to supply me with the margin that I'm looking for. And, I'm definitely not trying to be greedy with this. I'm just trying to get a little bit out of it. And, but as far as like the long term goes, I think this company um, could possibly have some really good potential, considering that if it was able to go up to $46, this obviously signifies some sort of big interest from some big players for the price to have been able to go up that high. Because if we look right now at the price of 290 that the price is at right now, the market cap of Riot is around 41 billion. So for the price to go up to $46, I'm just going to go ahead and do a calculation on that. So we're going to do, where's the shares at? Alright, 14 million divided by 46 2. Okay, my math, I didn't do that right. Sorry, guys. One moment. Okay. I'm supposed to multiply it, not divide it. Alright, hold on. Alright, sorry about that. So I just had to make sure that my math was correct there because I was just looking at it wrong. So yeah, that's embarrassing. But anyways, so right now, as we can see, with this amount of shares, 14 million shares, times the price that it's at right now, that leaves us with a market cap of around 40 million. So if we take the price from right here, so the market cap at this point would have been about 64 million, right? Oh my god. Alright, so sorry about that. I wanted to just go ahead and pull this up on the notepad. That way you could see the number. It looks a little bit more confusing in the calculator there. Alright, so 648 million. That's what the market cap of Riot blockchain got up to. That's not just your average person money. That's like big institution money that was going into that. And obviously they lost all their interest, and so we've seen it slide back down. I doubt that we will see anything even remotely close to this anytime in the near future, even if Riot does become a really big successful business. I don't think it'll reach that point anytime soon. But I do think that it's possible for it to go up. you know, a lot more than what it's at right now. So basically, that's all I wanted to talk about. Um, I didn't really find a whole lot of information other than people saying it's going to catch fire, it's going to crash. That's basically all the kind of information that I could find. Um, but what I want to say that Riot does have in its benefit is, if it's like I said earlier in the video, if its management team is as good as they state they are on the website, as far as the qualifications that they have. So basically, it talked about where they've worked, their qualifications, and if all that's accurate, then they actually have a lot of expertise behind them. And if the blockchain does take over and become an actual legitimate currency, then Riot blockchain will be in on that wave, and it'll definitely prosper. So I guess it all just goes up to that decision. And so that's basically what everyone's skeptical about, is whether or not cryptocurrency is going to really become a thing. And I think that's what's holding Riot back, as well as cryptocurrency, because this thing tends to follow cryptocurrency from past records. So anyways, guys, with that being said, thank you for watching the video. If you guys know anything about Riot blockchain that I don't, I definitely would be glad to hear the information. And sorry that I didn't have more to offer. I am going to continue to look around and see what I can find, but this is just my initial video talking about it. And the reason why I decided to make a video about Riot blockchain is because I was actually looking for videos myself to watch on YouTube, and I was not able to find anything recent. The only things that was posted was months ago, and it still wasn't even much information. And I know what I offered here hasn't been exactly very useful, but I just wanted to put my opinion that I do think Riot still has some room to grow, and that right now it's being just beat up and pushed down. And so one thing that I think that Riot does have big in its factor is its low amount of shares, which means the price of this thing can move, really well. Is if there's people that's interested in the stock, and they start buying this, the price can move very rapidly. So that's one thing that I wanted to mention. And so anyways, guys, yeah, have a great day, and I'll see you in the